Oh, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I make my logos from start to finish and how I get them on the doorsteps. Stay tuned. Yeah. Oh yeah, y'all feel that beat? Just continue. I can't even talk. Continuously repeating over and over again the same damn beat. I can't listen to music when I'm recording or when I start going live, which is happening here soon on my Twitch, so be sure to follow that. I'll put a link in the description. I will be going live again here soon. I'm just trying to figure out a playlist and stuff that don't get me copyrighted. Oh, that's crazy. Alright, well anyways, I'm going to show y'all how I make my logos from start to finish the way I do it. I'm sure there's probably simpler ways of doing these things. I don't know, that's just the way I've done it for years. By trade, I'm a service manager for a commercial tire company. So in trucking simulator, the tires that's on trucks is what I change for a living. I've been doing it for over 6 years. I've been in the tires for over 20 years. So I don't drive these trucks. I got criticized on a comment the other day. It kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, saying that it's an improper way of driving. It's not a race car. Dude, I get it. It's not a race car. I don't drive these trucks for a living. It's a game. All right. I was in a hurry. I was running out of time. I need to get my load dropped off. Jeez, give me a break. Anyway, let me show y'all how I do my logos my way and add it to the trucks through using the open def files. The truck we're going to be putting it on is one that I have just recently did a skin on, and I thought I had the picture pulled up. I don't think that I did. Let me go into my dealios here. I don't think I had it in there. It is. Well, I did a skin of this truck here. I kind of changed the back here. I am going to eventually try and recreate the design they have on the back of the sleeper right here. Go to documents, trucking simulator, screenshots. I gotta get a new mouse. My mouse is laggy. I think my cat messed my cord up. It'll be for this truck here. As you see, I got this on there right now. Just heard a slam. I wonder if someone's at my house. But yeah, I'm going to replace this logo right here. I like my logos to match my trucks, and quite frankly, I just don't really like the design as much as I thought I would when I made it. So that's what we're going to work on. Let me just check something here. Gotta look at my phone cameras. Okay. Anyway. The program that I like to use is Photoshop to get started when I create my logos. You can use paint.net to create them if you want. My opinion, or it could be something that I'm not seeing. I'm not as familiar with paint.net as I am Photoshop. Kind of what I was getting at earlier, by trade I do, semi truck tires. for a hobby that I've had and kind of like a small side business. I've been doing for photography for the last 9 years. So Photoshop and Lightroom and stuff is two programs I'm pretty familiar with for the most part for certain things. And as you can see, I mean, I got this down here with Deadpool for a Deadpool skin that I'm doing for a couple of trucks. But I will show y'all how I do my logos. So what I'm gonna start off doing is a new file. I always use the art and illustration. Come over here. Now, one thing I like to do, I'm gonna go down here to custom. For the background color is I like to try and match the color of the truck the best I can. Reason being is it kind of gives me a little bit of an idea of what that logo is going to look like on that truck against that color. So I'll just get down here to create, and then you have this. All right, this is going to stay as your background. Don't merge this with any other layers, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. I'm going to use my text tool. I'm going to go ahead and just open this up. It's going to pop up with some examples, and as you can see, I haven't switched this color over from when I did this the last time, so we'll go back to white. So black, white, if you're not familiar with Photoshop, that's your default colors over here. And you just, oh shoot, I forgot I had that in there. Hold on. All right, I don't think I have anything pulled up now, so just hit X and it'll toggle between the two of those. And that's like that with any other color. If you change these colors to anything, you just toggle in between the two of them by hitting X. So while it's white for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and draw out this box. It's gonna pop up their example. I like doing that before deleting any of this. That way I use that as to kind of look at the different font styles that I have in here. I might do it a little differently than what was in the intro to this video. I'll use this font right here for that one. What in the hell kind of music is playing on here? Holy moly. I'm gonna find this, and I gotta find a different tune to play. This is gonna put me to sleep, which I already did that once. I fell asleep during the first recording of this video. Let's see here. I might go old school with my original logo I did. Where is Blade 2? Blade 2. Regular skadoosh. Alright, we're going to backspace. And then I'm going to come over here and change this music real quick because I don't feel like falling asleep during this. So let's go. Gotta find something else. This is, wow. Not a lot of options on Amazon Prime for instrumental type music. Classic rock instrumental? I don't think so. What's in here? Anything's better than this. I can live with that, I guess. Alright, so what we're going to do here, I want to increase my size. So I want to first put the R in here. And then I want to Control T. And then I want to right click and flip this horizontal. This is how I do my logos. I always flip my R backwards. I'm going to use my move tool. I'm going to drag this over here out of the way for the time being. I'm going to go back to my text tool, type tool, however you want to call it. I'm going to backspace to clear that out, and then I'm going to type in my last name. Oops. Alright. And then I'm going to go back to my move tool. And there's shortcuts for all that stuff. This is just something, this is how I've done it. It's what I'm used to. I'm going to zoom in on this. You're going to hold Alt and then just scroll in with your mouse wheel. And I'm going to move this R where it intersects with the K. Looks like I need to come down a couple pixels. I'm going to drag it on in where it just completely takes over. I clicked on it. Well, I guess I can bring that in too that way. Somehow it switched to that layer. All right. I'm gonna zoom back out. Center this stuff all up. All right, so now what I want to do is, since I got that connected like that, I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to left click on the R. You don't want to merge your bottom layer, as I was saying earlier. Your background layer needs to stay completely by itself. Then I'll merge this layer. We're going to convert it to a smart object. And that brings those layers together. So now whatever you do is going to affect all of those together. Then you still got your background, which when we're done, you will turn that off or delete it, whichever you prefer, to make your logo transparent. You want to save these as a PNG file. Well, I got my move tool. Wow, I can't talk. I'm gonna try and find the center. All right, well, I'm gonna make this my center. I really don't. Usually it'll pop up a line in the center. It's not working. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm weird. Anyways, all right. So now I've got this. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this the way I want to edit. So I'm gonna double click the left mouse button, and then I'm gonna go to gradient overlay, which is already set up for how I did that one logo because I'm bad about not resetting my stuff. So I want to reset that to default. When you click into that, which I clicked too many times, click this little box down here where you got your sliders. Just click this and this will open this up, and then you can click that and change the color. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do this time, instead of having the black on the top or the green on the top and the black on the bottom, I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to put the black on the top and the green on the bottom to match the two-tone paint job of the truck. So I just use my color picker tool, select this background color of this, and click that. Now I'm going to drag this slider until that slides up into the middle portion of that text. All right, that's pretty close. Actually, I'm going to back it down just a little bit. All right, cool. So now I'm going to click on the slider on the other side. I'm going to click into that, and I want to make that black. And then I want to drag this slider over. Kind of see how the black's kind of taking over a little bit more than what I like. Alright, cool. That'll work just like that. Now while I got that, I'm going to go hit OK up here. And then you're going to right click and then convert this to a smart object again. What that does is that collapses all of your effects layers, and it allows you to add more effects to it without compromising what you've already done. So I'm gonna double click the left mouse button, and I'm gonna come up here to stroke. Now this color here is you do B2, B2 3 times. This is the grayscale color I use when I create my chrome effects, which that one's already gonna pop up as it. I'll show you all how to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and reset this. And then we're go into stroke emboss. And then all it is after this is you're just playing with these sliders until you get the effect that you're wanting. Let's see. And if you start getting like rough edges, just slide the soften over, and that'll smooth out some of those soft or harder edges. Or if it looks like it's pixelating along the lines. And then I always like using this one down here. You go to ring double, and that kind of changes even more of the effect of the chrome illusion. Play it a little bit more. All right, cool. I think we're gonna rock that. And then again, you're gonna come over here, you're gonna right click, convert to smart object. My mouse is really acting crazy. All right, now I'm gonna go back over here to my text or type tool, and then we're gonna type in transport, because that's how I refer to my stuff. Click the check mark, and we're gonna do the exact same thing to this one. So, but since you've already done it once, it should already be preset in your effects tab to do that. So, gradient overlay. And then I'm going to click OK, collapse. Which in this case, since you're not messing with one or the other effects that you're doing more than once, you really could have done that all at once. I just got a habit of doing what I just did. But since I only use the gradient overlay, that's the only time I'm using it for this particular layer. I could easily just come up here, click that, and then click emboss, and then got everything done in one shot. Again, it's just a habit of me going back and doing this. Wow, what is with this music? YouTube, can I please play music with words without you getting mad at me? This is nuts. Oh man, let's see. Oh, rock. Oops. No music. I'm gonna get on with the program here. All right. Anyways. This is how I do my chrome outlines. Sometimes I'll go a little heavier with that, but I don't want to go too extreme. These fine lines you usually start getting a little rough. So what I'm gonna do is go back up here to my move tool. I'm gonna slide this up underneath here a little bit. You know what? And technically, I'm gonna make the transport a different font. They don't, to me, they just don't blend in very well there or look right. So we're going to do a different font. My mouse is horrible. All right, so I'm going to go up here and find a different font. You know what? Maybe I'll use this font for like just the transport part of it. I need to drop my size down though. All right, see what it looks like with that. I did not mean to do that. Control Z. Backspace, and then we'll just type out transport. Then I'm going to come back over here. You're going to double click the left mouse button, pull that up. All right, so gradient overlay. Then we're going to hit stroke, and then bevel and emboss. I need to go back to the gradient overlay because that's pretty high up. So we're just going to drag this green down just a little bit. And I'm going to bring the black in to really thicken it up towards the top there. That'll work. Actually, I need to bring that. Let me do this little slider. Okay, that'll work right there. All right, hit OK. And then we're going to right click, convert to smart object. All right, cool beans. Now I am going to grab my move tool. We'll drag this on up. I'm going to drag it up over top of this, and I'm going to show you something I want to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it right there. I might have to move this some more, but I want to see. I'm just going to take the rkennedy and I'm going to move it to the top. And then it comes down over top of that. So let me see here. Use my little arrows here to kind of slowly position that. All right, let me come to this to remove that. Don't look too bad. Different. All right, I'm going down here to my type tool, and then we're going to put in our location. So my location is Central Florida, but I am going to change the font once again. So I'll just leave it at that. Then backspace, and then type in Central Florida. And that needs to be capital. Oops. And just put FL. And then we'll do that. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to double click the left mouse button. Let's see what it'll look like. I might not color that in with that. Let me see here. Let me turn off this gradient overlay, and then I might just color that in like I did the last time. Let's go over here and use my paint bucket tool. I'm going to click on this and then use my color picker to match that, and then it's going to want me to rasterize. Let me zoom in on here, and then we're just going to color that green. See how it does right here though? All right, I'm going to zoom back out. All right, so this is what you're going to have once you save it and you remove the background. So it kind of gives you an idea. All right, so I'm going to collapse this. Right click, convert to smart object, and grab my move tool, come back up here. Pretty centered. Now I just need to add the DOT. And I have my own little way that I like to do the DOT. I'm going to backspace, and then I'm going to put US DOT. I need to change that size down. Go to 16. Oh, let me click this again. And then these are the numbers that I use. 1, 2, 6, 7, 69. Then click that. Actually, I want to do something. I want to space these out a little bit. I'm going to come over here. That works. That works. I like that. That'll work. All right. Grab my move tool. We're going to center this up right here. Oops. I think it just went off center when I clicked off of it. Yep, there we go. All right. Then I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add the stroke to it, the bevel and emboss chrome effect. And then grab my paint bucket. And it's going to want me to rasterize this again, most likely. Yes, it does. And then I'll just drop that in there and color that in. Come on. Again, I know there's easier ways of doing this stuff. That's just how I do it. I'm not in no hurry. So, all right, so there's our doorstep logo. I mean, really, that's all I want to do to that. You don't want to go too far. So what I like to do now is I like to make sure everything is sitting the way I want it to before I collapse all the images together, or all the layers together. And it looks pretty good to me. So you got your top layer selected. So I'm going to hold shift, and you're going to click the layer right above the background, and it's going to highlight everything above that. Right click and then merge your layers, and then you can turn this off and get an idea of what it's going to look like. So that's not too bad. All right, so you can either turn this off like I did, or you can delete it. I'm going to leave it like that for right now in case I want to come back and make any adjustments. So I'm going to go ahead and export this, and you want to export it as a PNG transparency. Make sure your sRGB is checked off. And then I'm going to click this one. This is the one that I did originally. I'm going to overwrite that one because I don't want too many of these in there of the same thing. All right. Now, you can use, I'm using my hands again, and I don't have my webcam turned on. You can use Photoshop for pretty much your scanning and everything. You know, and adding this to your templates for the steps or visors, or or whatnot, mud flaps, whatever you're messing with. However, you will need paint.net to get them and to save them as a DDS in the file. So we're going to go to that. I thought I had that pulled up. Paint.net. So what you're going to do, so I'm going to come up here. I'm going to do this real quick. Hold on a minute. Some people, I'm having brain farts today. Some people will go into the OpenDef and pull that up first. Sometimes I don't. I will show you this step if you want to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and just open this up. Don't worry about any of this right here. We're going to go into where I keep my files for the Pizzster's trucks. Here's that. And you can see some of the skins that I've done. Some I'm still currently working on. Like this Deadpool, I'm still working on it. What skin is this one? Okay. Anyway, so I want to go to the templates. This is where I have my steps. This is the steps that's currently on the truck that I'm going to be putting these on. So we're going to open this up. And then you're going to click over here on your layers tab, the little drop down box. Click on this plus button to add another layer. All right, then you're gonna go up here to this yellow folder deal, click open, and then we're gonna go to where I saved that texture or the logo. Here it is, we're gonna open that up. So it's gonna open it up in a different window. So what you wanna do is grab this box here, and then you're going to select this. So just draw this box around it, and just make sure you don't get too close and cut off any edges, because it's literally only gonna copy what you have highlighted in this blue. The shortcut Control C. You're gonna come back over here, Control V. All right, and it actually made it smaller than what I wanted it to when I did it in Photoshop. So that's fine. So I'm just gonna stretch this out. I'm hoping I don't distort the logo too much. All right. Now, I don't go too close to the edges, top, bottom, or the sides. You can usually tell, and you can kind of see here. You use Control and move your mouse wheel. All right. It's really hard to tell when you look at it that way. On this particular step box on Pizzster's truck, there's rolled edges. So if you get too close to that edge, your logo is going to roll over that edge, and it's going to look weird. I've done it a lot of times because I always forget about that part. So I'm going to just pull these in just a little bit where it's more to the center of that step, and I'm pretty good on the top and bottom. Really what you want to do is when you go in game, just look at the steps that you selected in game. Be like, man, I want to make a logo for these steps. And just look at the edges and how that step is made and set up. And then when you pull this template up, then you know exactly what you need to do. So since I got this, I'm going to Control C to copy it, and I'm going to add another layer if my mouse will cooperate, and then Control V, and then I'm going to drag this one down. Because I've already resized it to where I want it. Let me zoom out. I want to make sure I got it as center as possible with the other one. So I need to come up some. All right, that's close enough. All right, so I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna delete this. Control D to deselect. I'm gonna save this. Right now it's saved as a PDN. I'm gonna go down here and go ahead and save this as a DDS. All right, and it's gonna flatten. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is go into my Documents, American Truck Simulator folder. You're gonna go to your mod folder. You want to find the file for the OpenDef, and for Pizzsters, it'll be edible logos or skinnable logos or something like that. I can't remember. I know what it looks like when I see it. You don't want to use the extra files if you have the truck. There's another one that comes with it. It's right down in here. Yeah, okay, right here, the 389 skinnable logos. So just click on that, and this is going to pop up. Want me to buy this? I'm not going to buy nothing. I use WinRAR to open up all of my zip files. You can use 7-zip, and I think there's a couple other things out there. WinRAR is just the one that I've always used. So once you double click on that, as you can see, there's different things on here. You can add them to the rack doors, the mud flaps, visors, the dash stickers, which I have actually a texture that I use for the dash sticker for this truck. Once you open that file, you just find out what you're working on. So in this case, we're working on the door steps, which will be located right here in the logos folder. So I'm going to double click that. And then here's everything that is in that folder for this truck on the outside. Your cabin logos, your kick plates, the custom built plate. Now this is what you'll see on the dash inside the truck. And then the rest of these is your step boxes. And the particular step box that I'm using is this truck's front box. And I believe it was this one that has that other logo. Yep, this is the one that I just did earlier in the video I fell asleep on. So I deleted it and I've decided to redo it. So since I already have those ones saved, I can come over here. This is what we just made. I think, let me make sure. Yep. Yeah, that's the ones we just made. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to draw around this, that box, and select that. So Control C. You're going to come back over here. Make sure you add another layer. Here, real quick, I'm going to show you what happens when you don't add a layer. So I'm going to do that, and then you're going to Control V to paste that on there, and it covers it up. You don't want to do that, especially if you have the template on here and you're still trying to center it. So just get out of the habit of doing that. So I'm going to Control Z to get out of that, and then I'm going to add another layer and then Control V. So now you can kind of see how the placement is on these. I did have those pretty centered, so this looks pretty good. Obviously I brought it in some and repositioned it a little bit more. So I'm going to go down here, I'm going to select that, and then we're going to delete that one out. All right, now that you got that in there, I'm going to go up here to File, Save As, and then it already has this as DDS. Save, and it's going to ask you if you want to replace it. You say yes, and you're going to confirm it here. Then you're just going to, okay, I think we already flattened it. So then it's going to pop this up, and this is what saves it to the file and adds it to the truck. So you can go ahead and close out of this. So I'll just minimize this in case I want to go back into it. I'm going to minimize this, and then we'll go back into the game and see if we got it working. All right, so here we are back in the game. As you can see, it replaced the logo that I already had on there. Too bad. I actually like that a lot better with the black on the top now. Yep. Not too bad, not too bad. I threw this trailer on here. This is the Wade step deck. Not thinking that I don't have a pogo or a top mounted airline hookup. Mine is in the back, so yeah. Anyways, that's how I do my logos from start to finish. I'm not the best at doing tutorial stuff, so I wanted to give it a shot. I gotta make a new license plate though. This one don't work. Cowboys, baby, cowboy, man, what up with that? Anyway, hopefully this helped and give you some kind of an idea. I do know Goggles 56. He has tutorials of quite a few of them as far as doing logos and skinning. Same thing with Angry J Gaming. He's got some logos and skinning tutorials for I know the ones that I watched is for Aruta's W900. If you're in Roland's Discord, Joe Collins Roland 389, the Bears Den, he has a video that you can check out. There's a few of them out there. You just go to YouTube and dig around. You'll find them. But like I said, hopefully this helped. This is how I do it. That skin did turn out pretty badass, though, didn't it? I don't like it. But as you can see there, it's pretty simple. Not too shabby. It looks pretty good. It's pretty centered. You can see too, like I was talking about, how the edges kind of roll on the top and the bottom. So you just gotta watch out for that when sizing your logo into the template. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Know what I mean?